Kennedy III, RK3. That's me with my buddy, my pal, Beth Z, your nerdy best friend. And we are back. Tech Team Orange in the house. Tech Team back again. Yeah, we're back in the house right now doing another co-branded live. We're going live on my Amazon channel, and we're also going live on your Nerdy Best Friends channel. So if you are on my channel, go ahead right here and click the follow button. If you're on Nerdy Best Friends channel, go right here and click the follow button. Boom. What's happening, Beth? What's happening? Come on.
Right. We get it. We get it.
Yeah, we get
Boom.
it. Boom. All
We
right.
got it. We got
Yeah.
it. Not
How you
awkward at
doing?
all.
Not
I'm
awkward at
good.
all. Not awkward at all.
How are you?
I'm great. So tell me a little bit about what's going on. You look like you're a little bit out of your location. You're out of your comfort zone a little bit. What's going
I
on?
am indeed. I am here in Orlando at the airport hotel, one of the 75 airport hotels, actually. And for the last 5 days, I've been holed up here working on my new book. So
Oh,
I can't do it at home. I know I don't have kids and I don't have like band practice. I don't have any of that, but my husband's too cute. My cats are too nice. I cannot concentrate at home. So when I work on like when I need to get big parts done and the big organizations done, I have to go away.
yeah. Writer's Retreat. Okay. Okay. That's cool. I thought you were there for like, I know they had a big conference, funnel hacking or something, down in the Orlando area. So I thought that's where you were hanging out.
I have never hacked a funnel in my life.
Oh,
So
okay.
I am not there.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Cool. So we're here. Let's see what we got going on today. I know I'm excited about our session today because um, I get to show off a couple of things.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. And I'm excited about what you have to show off as well because it's going to be kind of cool. It's going to be kind of cool. What do we got going on? What do we got going on? I know you wanted to talk a little bit about last week. We were on and we talked a little bit about some stuff. Let's go back.
Yeah.
Remind us.
So last week, you and I shared how we were talking about different technologies.
Yeah.
We talk about different technologies to each other all the time. And one of our challenges is we look at these things and we don't use them. So we both had the challenge to go back to a tool called Jarvis.
Yep.
AI is the site, Jarvis.ai, and to make better use of the writing technology there. It writes for you and make use of the writing technology. So you and I were going to go do that, and I'll report out first, and then you can report out because I did go back and do that.
Yeah.
And the way I did it is is to help me with my book. So
Right.
one of the things, actually, if I could change the way I'm sharing my screen, because I would love to share the book that I've been working on. I'll just open it up here because I kind of have mad skills.
You got
If
bad
you,
skills.
I do. I have mad skills. In fact, I'm going to add something to my stream here because if you aren't a Microsoft um, 365 subscriber, you're really
Yep.
missing out because there's so many fun things in there. And let's see, I'm just adding it to here. Microsoft packages, one of them.
Well, while Beth is adding
Um,
stuff, if you are in the chat, go ahead and say, hey, I see quite a few of you. I see some stars coming in. Yeah. Get those stars popping and make sure that you follow Beth, you follow myself. We are on our path. We want to get up to, let's see, can we get up to like 100 followers, etc. tonight? I think I'm at like an 80 something. I need to get up to like 100, and we want to get Beth up to 75 tonight. How about that? Let's go. Let's go. If you're
uh,
on, how about that? Come on. You can do this, Beth. Let's go. Let's go.
yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna.
if I get up to 10, I think I'd be good. This is
Yeah,
my early days. Early days. Let's see. I'm just going to share it like this. Um,
cool.
and I'll share that. All right, because what I wanted to show you is how I was using this tool. So we talked about Jarvis, and what Jarvis does is it helps you think about how to write things. So it downloaded the internet in the fall of 2018, 10% of it, and it figured out how people talk and how people put information together. So you can go in there and give it a little bit of information, and it'll write things that it thinks you want. So what I did with Jarvis this week, because our assignment last week, and if you joined us last week and are back, yay, our assignment last week was to make use of some of that technology because it looks cool and it seems cool, but do we use it? Maybe not. So
Yeah.
if you look at my screen here, and I know it's a little bit small, I'll make it a little bit bigger. The way I've organized the book is that I have put it into all kinds of topics. So I will show just through level 3, maybe. All right. So tech tools to find files no matter where you are, and 5 favorite note organizers to keep track of all the things. 3 tools to keep you moving at the office. 5 ideas to keep track of time. So you can see I've got like 100 and some odd of those that I'm writing. Each one of those I'm writing sections on, right? And 4 or 5 little things in each. So what I did with Jarvis, and I'm getting around to the whole point why I was talking about this, what I did with Jarvis was that I went in there and I asked it to create blog titles for questions and information that people are looking for from technology. Because I'm trying to put this together. I surveyed my people and got a whole bunch of people who said these are the things we want to know the most about. And then I asked Jarvis. So some of these 3 settings to minimize pop ups, 4 ways to prevent email marketers from tracking your opens. Some of these came from Jarvis brainstorming for me. So that's how I used it. And the reason I write my books like this is because every single one, when you use in Microsoft Word, when you use the outline version, every single one of those outline headings is like a field in a spreadsheet. So to write these books, I actually reverse. I reverse mail merge it. So I will export this as a spreadsheet. I will create little things. I will export it, put it in a spreadsheet, and then I can use the data all over the place. So that's why I write it in outline form, and then I can expand it and I can move things around very easily. It's just fabulous. It's a great way to write a book rather than linearly. So it's like a database. It's got all these components, and then I can pull a list of all of the apps I'm talking about in one fell swoop and do that quickly. So
Yeah. Awesome.
mad,
Awesome.
mad skills.
I wasn't as good as on my homework. I was doing a few things. I was really busy this week. I was starting to the biggest thing that I was trying to figure out how to do with it, but I didn't do that well was I'm working on putting together a workshop with a couple other partners. And I was trying to get Jarvis to help me come up with a sexy name for my workshop. And so
Oh,
I was going through like titles for all of that. So I didn't have a lot of success with it doing that. I mean, I did get some stuff for like video titles, for like blog post titles, but it didn't really give me a good workshop title name. I got like how to do blah blah blah. So I think I'm gonna send that to the developers like sexy workshop titles. How about that? I want like sexy workshop title mode instead of just boss mode. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think that would help. And one of the things we should always emphasize is that you are still the writer.
Yep.
Jarvis comes up with words that the way other people have written words. You are still the writer, and you've still got to bring that creativity and that those
Yep.
ideas to the table because otherwise it's just words. But I found it really good for the ADA framework, which is
Yep.
attention, interest,
Interest,
desire, and
desire.
action.
Yeah. Perfect.
And I always find ideas there. Like you just put
Yeah.
in a little bit of information about a product you have and the description, and then it creates really compelling. Because I'm not very good at saying you should buy from me, which is why I only have 5 followers on Amazon so far. Woohoo! Um, but I find that very compelling. In fact, I used pretty much what it told me for the last advertisement for one of the webinars that I was doing personally. and it
Yeah.
worked. Like I got 3 times the signups as opposed to, hey, hi, hi, remember me? You know you want to come because it's me. Love you. Bye. Like
Yeah.
that's what I usually do, and that doesn't work so well. So this
Yeah.
helps.
Awesome. Well, listen, I'm super excited because when we started to talk about tonight, I like technology like Jarvis, but I also like the hardware stuff. And you kind of showed me something sweet that you are using for your writing retreat. So, do you want to jump in and share
Yes.
that with us? All right, cool. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So here's the deal. I am a two monitor woman, especially when I'm writing. And like I literally had, I counted them, 86 tabs open in one of the like 4 or 5 Chrome browsers I had. Because for every tool I try out, I have to look at who made it, look at their Facebook, see if they're still updating, see if it has been like all the things. And I have to do all this research. I have to have a second screen.
Did you
I was
say
coming.
86 tabs?
Oh
Yep, I made a
no.
little video of like, uh, I love it. Oh, I wish I had all my little fun things. They're all back at my
Yeah.
desk, and I didn't travel with all of my fun toys, so you just have to do all the toys for me. But I have to have big screens so that I can see all the things. And so I was coming here to Orlando, and I thought, well, I'll just buy a little monitor, a 24-inch or whatever, and I'll leave it there. It costs
Yeah.
almost less than a hotel room overnight these days. So
Yep.
I'm like, that's fine. I'll just donate it. And then I couldn't get one here within the time period, right? Because I wanted it here on Thursday so I could start right away, but they wouldn't come till Friday or Saturday. So I'm like, fine. These things kept coming up. Now on my below the
Carousel.
where it featured in my carousel, yeah. Let me highlight one of them. Um, in my carousel down there are so many of these. I'll show you which one I had. I'll highlight that one. Am I highlighting it? Let's see. It doesn't say I'm highlighting it. It doesn't matter. It's down there. So the one I got, it's called an Arzopa 2K portable something. Anyway, this is what it is. It's amazing. It's amazing. It is paper thin. Like it's like a legal pad, right? That's how thick it
Yeah.
is. It is super thin. It has another, it's not really a case, it's more like another flat piece that goes with it. I guess it's no, I guess it's a case. But it's harder than it, it's a little bit firm and it just kind of folds into there. All you have
Yeah.
to do is plug it in, and it comes with like 3 or 4 different cords that'll match all kinds of different devices. It's made for gamers, it's made for anybody who's taking it on the go. You plug it in and it works. It runs off of my computer. I don't even have to plug it in anywhere else. So I don't have, like with a big monitor, I had like, you know, I had to have a stable environment. I had to have 7 cords. I had to have different plugs. No, it comes with this little stand that's just very small and very easy to do, and it is so light.
All right. So
Like
is this the one
it's
right
like
here?
a notepad. Yes, that's the one I got.
Perfect.
$169, and then I did get that little coupon on there as well. I think I don't see the coupon on yours, but you can see it comes with a little bit of a stand. It might be a slightly different version than mine. They've got
Okay.
75,000 different configurations. I just bought the one that was going to be here on Thursday, right? So I actually,
Yeah.
I didn't have high hopes for it. I was like, it's going to be too small. I wanted a 24. At home, I've got a 97 or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be small, and it's not. It's the same size as my monitor on my computer, right? So they sit
Yeah.
right next to each other, and it's so much easier to line up than a bigger monitor is. And like I said, I plugged it in, and that was it. It's
So this is a
so easy.
So yours is like the same, like 13
Hmm.
inch or 13.3.
No, mine's 15.
Okay, so you got the 15
Point
inch.
6, I think.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah, mine is a little bit different than that one.
okay. This one's a 13 inch, and it's pretty neat. I mean, 2K, that's pretty high resolution there, and it's only 70. And it's what kind of cable does it use? Does a USB C?
It came with like 3 or 4 different cables. So there's a mini
Okay,
HDMI, there was a
yeah,
USB C, um,
okay,
and I just plugged the USB. I mean, I was just a little skeptical. I was like,
yeah,
I know it's 160 some odd dollars, but I've never, I don't know, it just doesn't look that much. But I'm
right,
just amazed. And I may start traveling with it. Now, I don't usually have time. Like, I don't know about you, Robert, but when I'm writing, I have to get into writing. And when I'm on the road traveling for an engagement, I know that, I got to go to bed the next morning, and I'm just not in it yet because I need these giant blocks of time. So I'm
yeah,
not sure I'd travel with it from gig to gig to gig because I'm not sure it's necessary for that.
yeah,
But for when you need to be productive on the road
hmm,
and you need that extra monitor, because I think all of us are used to having kind of a control center, especially since COVID hit and we all moved home and we're like, "This is my world." Show us. You've got those different views. Could you show your back end back there?
I'm about to show my back end. All right,
Let's
so
see your
so
back end.
so here we go. So let's see. Let's get me moving right here. So when I go live, let's go here and make sure I have my. There we go. So that's not what I want you to see, but here we go. So this is the view. The view.
There it is.
Hold on one second.
Oh,
so
oh, that's
so
so nice.
so this is a and if you're looking at my carousel, you'll see a few different things. You can see I just added Beth's monitor, so go ahead and grab that. Somebody was like, ooh, what a bargain, what a bargain. Yep, exactly. Teresa's like,
I
super
know.
bargain. All right, excellent. So pretty much my setup here is I used to have, and I put these in my carousel as well. I used to have two 28-inch monitors. So when I kind of set up this space here, and there's some mess right here right now, so don't worry about my mess. When I set up the space, I started out with I had some 24-inch monitors, and I had one on each side before I got this desk. I had two 24-inch monitors, and what I did was I had them on those gas-powered hydraulic arms. I
Oh
had
yeah.
them there, but I decided after a while that I didn't want that setup because things, the two monitors, I could keep move them, but they kind of things kept getting in the way. The other thing was I wasn't able to size my applications the way that I wanted so that I could have like my eCam in a certain space and then two other things, etc. And I found myself, if you're on a Mac has this stuff called Spaces or additional desktops, virtual desktops that you can use, right? So I found myself doing all of that, and then after a while, I said, these 24-inch monitors, they're just not big enough. And so the problem, how do you solve that problem? Get something bigger. Get something bigger. And so I got two 28-inch monitors. And I'm like, 28 plus 28, that's 56, right? So that should give me enough space. And so I started to do that. So as a matter of fact, if you want 28-inch monitors, check out the carousel. All right, so I got a couple of 28-inch monitors, and they were fine. However, here's what was happening. Because I had, again, different applications and I wanted to see certain things, especially if I'm doing, like editing my podcast or editing audio and I have like Logic open or I have Final Cut open and I want to see something really big, I was limited to one monitor, or if I tried to stretch it across screens, I couldn't really do that. And so I ended up having to magnify certain things. It just got weird. So one day I'm on this live and I saw a friend of mine, I'll call his name Monty Weaver, using this ultra wide, beautiful. It's like have you ever seen something and it's like sparkly eyes. It's like heaven. It's kind of like
Always. Yeah.
right. So I said, oh my gosh, I had like gear envy. All of a sudden, I said, oh. So I started looking up ultra wides on my on Amazon, etc. And so I have this desk. On my desk, I should put my desk in the carousel too. My desk is 55 inches wide, right?
Oh, that's nice.
But I saw Monty's ultra wide is 49 inches. He's got like this big Samsung ultra wide 49 inches. And I'm like, my desk is 55. The ultra wide 49 inches would kind of take up the entire screen. And I didn't want that either. So I said, you know what? Let me go find something that is going to work for me. And so I settled on a 38 inch. So if you look in the carousel, you'll see, let me see if I can pull this up. You'll see my LG. Let's bring that up. Come on, baby. Come on. Why is this? Oh, there we go. Finally. So I've got wrong thing. Is that the wrong screen? Okay. There we go. That's what I want. All right. So I am using an LG 38 inch curved ultra wide, and I like the curve because they have some of them that are regular ultra wides that are flat screen. I just like the curve because it's kind of this I don't know, it's kind of like a spaceship approach. It kind of feels
Yeah.
like. So
I'm
I'm
putting that on
go,
mine too, and my Christmas wish list.
yeah. So let me kind of go here. I'm gonna go back to my general scene, and I'm going to kind of just show you from a oops, wrong thing, boom. So from a over my desk, and it's it's big enough, but it's not like super big. People are texting me. It's like big
Oh, of course
enough,
they are.
but it's not super big. So it's kind of cool. Like, and there's I don't know if you have this app, Beth. There's an app that I use called what on Rectangle is the name of it.
Rectangle.
Yeah, so I use Rectangle to allow me to divide up my screen
Mm.
into like different areas. So I could have apps, go to the left half, right half, center half, top half, bottom half, whatever. I could even have it go in sixths. So I can literally have 6 applications open that I'm working with, and I can have one top left, 6, top right, top center, bottom, etc., etc. So this monitor allows me to do that or do that pretty neatly without running out of space. And so I love it. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So let me see if I can open something up. Oh, the other thing that I love about this, I forgot to tell you.
Yes.
I'm not gonna go behind. I'm not gonna go behind my screen here, but my monitor, it has multiple inputs. It's got multiple inputs. So I've got,
Okay.
it's got 2 HDMI, a display port, and a USB-C input in the back. So
All
what that
right.
means is I actually control 2 computers using the same monitor. So I don't if you've seen my space here. Let me go to my general view. So if you've seen my space, you
Right.
see there's that monitor behind me, right? So
Right.
that's controlled by a totally separate computer, and sometimes I use that when I'm delivering workshops or whatever. I kind of bring it a little bit closer, and I'll run some of my slides, or I'll just use it for client branding, etc.
Right.
So there are times where I will. Let me see if I can do this. There are times where I will just. Come on, Robert. Right. So there are times where I will just flip back and forth. Oops. Between both monitors. Remind me later. Okay, I don't want to. Let me escape out of this.
Interesting.
All right, so I've got this other monitor, and this is my other computer that I do my work with.
Yeah.
Right. So my PowerPoint is running back there, etc. So I've got like 4 or 5 things open here. It's a little bit messy right now, but that's okay, right? So,
So I'm a little confused. So you're saying you can plug 2 computers into there and have both of their screens come up simultaneously, or you got to switch?
Well,
It's
no,
like a switcher, right?
well, there is a way to do it simultaneously. I just, I thought for me that would defeat the purpose. I'm like, if I'm going to do that,
Yeah.
I might as well have 2 monitors, 1 computer on each. But there are pieces of software like, where is it? I mean, I had this one called, what's the name of it? Dual controller. And so I'm able to run main PC, sub PC, etc. So, that's one thing that I was using for a little bit, but I figure, I'm not looking to really jump back and forth between the computers, because if I'm running
Right.
if I'm running a where's my controller? If I'm running a PowerPoint on the other computer, I'm literally just using my clicker to flip the thing back and forth, etc. So,
Yeah.
but there is that advantage for me to be able to kind of switch back and forth without having multiple monitors on screen here. So yay. All right. So
Well,
rectangle.
and
Okay.
it's interesting. Oh, sorry.
Go.
Rectangle.
Well, no. Teresa was putting the app in the chat. So it's rectangleapp.com is what she's
Yeah.
posted there. So yeah, I love rectangle.
And I use another one called Moom. Same
Moom.
kind of concept.
MOOM.
hmm I've had it for
Okay.
years, and one of the things I love about it, because I do when I do eCam, which is what we're using here to be together. When I
Yeah.
use eCam, it's mostly for Zoom presentations, and I've got all these different windows and things, and they have to be in the right spots for eCam to pick them up until the
Right.
new beta changes, and then it'll be different. But with Moom, it'll lock in a scene with all the things that
Nice.
are open. So I press one button that says presentation, and all of the different boxes that need to be open go to their spots
Wow.
at the size they
Okay.
need to be. Yeah, so and I learned that on the eCam community, by the way.
Nice. So is that
Somebody was doing that.
moom.com? MOOM?
Moom. It's in the Apple App Store. I don't know
Okay.
if it's moom.com, but that sounds right. I'd go to
Okay.
moom.com and try it out.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Well, I'll go check it out tonight. I'll go check it out. So moom. Actually, let me just look it up and see if that'll come up on the on my. So let me do this live and hope
yeah, there
that
we go.
moom is not. There's like no porn site that comes up that says moom.
I
Okay.
know. Yeah, there it
It's
is.
actually manytricks.com is the site.
Well, that could be porn too, so be careful.
Yeah. So, okay. So move and arrange windows with Moom. Sorry, move Zoom and arrange with Moom. Ah, that's pretty slick.
Ah,
All right,
there you
cool.
go.
Yeah. So okay. So you've taught me something else tonight. So I'll check that out. I'll check that out. So it's got it on the App Store here. Um, cool. So it's kind of showing us what it does.
Yeah, it has been very helpful. I don't use a quarter of the things in Rectangle. You might not either.
Right.
Um, I don't use a quarter of the things it could do. but it really works well.
Nice.
So I'm searching for another product for the carousel because I wanted to talk to you about both of us have these standalone, and we've talked about this before, the
Hmm.
standalone monitors that
Yeah.
we use in addition to this. So while I'm looking for this on mine, tell me about why you use it and what you use it for, the one that's behind you.
So, several things. Number one reason I use it is branding to some degree, branding and messages. So a lot of times, so right on the back right now, you'll see that it says "Make today storific." That's a trademarked
Yeah,
statement that
yeah,
we've got. So that's what I've got. If I'm doing work with clients, like tomorrow, I've got a session in the afternoon that I'm doing for a client in Boston, and so I'll have their branding on the
right.
back screen as well. So branding, logos are important, and a part of the reason that I do that, it kind of provides some familiarity for clients, but I also, when I'm workshopping, as many excuses as I can make to not be screen sharing and hidden as
Yeah,
possible, I try to have that be the case, right? And so, um, if I can have messages on the back, and I can get up out of my chair. Right now, I've got my desk is a stand up desk, and of course, does this make like no sense, Beth? I got a stand up desk, and then I got a high chair so that I could sit
I,
like one of those drafting chairs so that I could sit in front of the stand-up desk. That's hilarious. Anyway, so sometimes I'll stand and I'll kind of be in the back. I'll have a headset microphone or whatever, or I'll bring that a little bit forward. But it's another place for me to kind of point to messaging and talk and teach and train and work, etc. So, you know,
Well, I also bought one. I bought mine after yours, and we
uh
discussed
huh.
sizes and things. Yours looks like about a 42 inch. Mine's about a 42 inch.
No, mine's
I
32
think
actually. Mine's not that big. It's a
32.
30. It's a 32 inch. Yeah, yeah. Because my
I think I
space
got a
isn't that big.
42. I have a really nice big office. But what
Yeah.
I got jealous about that somebody was doing, and then I only use it for like 5 minutes of presentation, but I
Hmm.
probably spent 5 weeks and $3,000 to make it happen. Not really,
Wow.
maybe 2,000. But what I do is I play a game. So I have with my Elgato um, Stream Deck,
Stream Deck. Yeah.
I have a button and I say, it's time for the game, hold please. And I push that button and it's about a 10 second, maybe 8 second little video that comes up that says, Beth will be right back. And then when it comes back, I've got a different scene and I am by
That
that
monitor.
monitor. So I'm
Yeah.
standing up by it. I call it the big board, and then we play a game there. It's an interactive game, and I also hooked up a different microphone because I had to have a microphone back there because I didn't want to carry one with me or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, so I have a microphone back there. I've got the another stream deck so that when I'm done there, I push a button, give myself 10 seconds to go run back to the other place and get settled in. So it's the same kind of thing where I wanted to have that secondary screen. I wanted to have a different look
Hmm.
and feel because, like I said, all of mine has been for Zoom presentations. I probably
Right.
did two a day last fall
Right.
when everybody switched, right? So now I'm back on the road more, but I was doing them all the time. So I wanted to get up, to move, to have different angles, just like you've had six different shifts. When I'm doing mine, I have 10, 6 different shifts, 10 different shifts, always trying to change that perspective. So these extra monitors and these extra microphones and these extra stream decks and things that I can take on the road with me or
Yeah.
take around the room with me really help.
Yeah. I'll show you one other thing that I used to use. Let me see if I can grab this. and I'm trying to repurpose it. I'm trying to bring it back into action now. But when I first got a larger monitor, I had this little 7-inch monitor here,
Ooh.
confidence monitor. So I actually had a computer hooked up to this one as well. So I had this as the small, and this was kind of like the big for that computer. And then I, decided not to do it because it was kind of um, tiring for my eyes to kind of bend down and try to figure out what was
Yeah.
showing on this one. But what I'm considering doing, what I'm considering doing is, because my camera, I was using a teleprompter with an iPad.
Hmm.
What I'm considering doing is using this with a teleprompter, but then hooking up an Apple TV or a Chromecast or something wireless to this, and so that I can cast anything that I want from my computer without having the like the Bluetooth interference or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just found sometimes when I try to use like Sidecar with my
Mm.
Apple,
Yes.
it was nutty and I didn't like it. So I yes, so I would get frozen, blah 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 blah, and I hated it. So I said I gotta find some other solution. And of course, there's the Luna display that yeah, but
Yeah. Yeah.
so
You
that's
can
what you're
get
talking
this.
about.
Yeah. So, and I wanted to bring that up too. That's why I do travel with my iPad. It's mostly at home. I just use this for a second screen, right? So
Hmm.
I can look. If my phone is half an inch too far away, I can have my iPad while I'm watching TV and knitting. Like all the things have to be right there. I tried Sidecar multiple times, and
Right,
it was not an extended monitor as we
right,
need an extended monitor. I
right.
love an iPad. I love a Mac. The connection was not what I need. Now, one time it really helped me though. Um, I so when I give presentations, I show apps. So my
Hmm.
computer has to be on the screen, and I have to be able to do it. Plus, I go back and forth. I have PowerPoints, but I have like all the I skip things, I go back and change, right? So I have to have
Yeah,
my computer up there. And they said, we cannot have your computer up there. I had my iPad and I was able to use this is the only time it worked really well Sidecar, and it had to work. So I'm so glad it did. I had Sidecar. I was able to go to the stage, control my computer from the stage with my iPad, worked like a charm.
wow.
Did everything I needed it to do, and that was the only time. So, so that's
Yeah,
why I did bring this on the road as an alternative because I'm in Orlando because I had an engagement in Orlando for 2 days, and then staying at the airport rather than just going home and finding a place in Nashville was perfect. So I did bring this uh, so that I might have tried to get it to work. And who knows? You and I probably haven't used it in a while. Maybe they've improved it, but it's
yeah.
not an extended monitor like this is. Like it's this is just so awesome. I can't even tell you how light it is. It's like a notepad.
Yeah, yeah. I
And for
think I might.
$169,
Is that before the coupon or after the coupon?
well, I live in Tennessee. We have extra super duper tax, so
Okay.
I can't remember what the coupon was, but
Well, I think it
there,
changes. My goodness. Oh no, no.
yeah,
It's so the coupon here is, it says save an extra $40 when you apply this coupon. So if you want to go grab that, yeah, go
yeah,
ahead and do that. So okay, so that's
yep.
yeah,
And that one is the 13-inch one. So I got the
yeah.
15-inch one.
Check out how the prices change. Wasn't it 169 just like a few minutes ago when we
It
were looking at it?
was.
Wow.
It was. I'll pull this up. Now I have yeah, now it's 174. Maybe it got popular cuz
Maybe. Yes. Yes. Get your monitors
That's
now,
the
people.
deal.
Use the
Yeah,
coupon
because
before it goes up.
we are driving up the prices right now. Um,
Yeah.
if you look though, I have never heard of this company, Arzopa.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard of them, but they make a ton of these. And then there are similarly interestingly named ones that come up. Like there's one ZSCMALL, this Zixmals, Zix, you say it, Zixmals.
I don't know.
Um, and there are just various varieties here. There's Asus.
Well,
I mean
Asus,
that's a name we
that's a
know.
known. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a known name.
yeah, that's a name we know. But there were several varieties of ones that I had never heard of,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up, buying this. And again, number one, I didn't have high hopes because I was like, I'll give it a try. I really wanted to buy one of the big ones, like I'd always done, but because it wouldn't arrive, this one was going to arrive perfect in time, and I'm like, this is the one I'm getting.
Right.
That
Yeah.
was my decision making process of how I chose among all of those, and I sorted by when can it get here, and is it under $200? Those were my kind of two criteria. But I'm
Yeah.
keeping this. I am not going to leave it here. I am going to take it with me, and
Mm-hmm.
definitely use it again. It's just cool.
How sturdy is it? Are you scared that it'll crack or bend or anything like that?
It I would say it's bendy.
Okay.
I would say it has the potential of being bendy. Um,
Okay.
I'm not really bending it, and I wouldn't, but it's
Right.
thin, and that's
Okay.
its benefit
Yeah.
to me. But it is bendy. Now, again, I think I mentioned I don't have kids, I don't have dogs, uh,
Yeah.
so there's not a lot of
Yeah.
challenges that I have with knocking things over. It's just me sitting here. I've been working till like 3 o'clock in the morning every day.
Yeah.
Uh, so sitting here all that time and just having it on
Well,
this little
I'm
tray
not
that
so
I have
worried
on my
about
bed.
the. I'm not so worried about the knocking it over. It's more like if I'm traveling and it's in a bag or a case on the airplane or whatever. Um, I'm sure not checking that. it's, it's like
Yeah, yeah, no,
that's a carry-on item for sure.
no, yeah. I think we're gonna take this just in our backpack or in whatever we carry our regular computer with, because it's
Yeah.
the same size, right? They're gonna slide right next to each other, and it's gonna be very thin. I love that it came with its own little stand. I guess the other case is probably a stand too.
Right.
It's over there, and me getting up and moving, it's not going to go well. So I'm just
Don't
not going
worry
to go
about
over
it.
there right now. It'll mess up all my camera stuff too.
Yeah.
But this was great, right? You just put it there, and then at night I've been. This hotel is nice because it has these, the breakfast tray kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's made for people who are working, right? It's a sweets kind of place. So it has a really nice little shelf here that I've been just putting on the bed, and I put both of these things on the shelf, my Mac and this, and I love that I plugged it in, and within a quarter of a second it came on, and I don't have to power it up. It does have a
Mm-hmm.
separate power if I need it for whatever, but I didn't have to power it up. I just
Nice.
plugged it into the Mac.
Nice. Those of you that are in the comments, do me a favor. Two things. Number one, follow Beth, follow me. Go on over to what's Beth's site? Beth is your nerdy best friend. Beth C, your nerdy best friend. How about this? I'm gonna share the screen really quick so you can kind of see Beth's site. So go check it out. Tech Team Orange. That's us for tonight. Tech for the road. Beth Z, your nerdy best friend. Make sure you go over there and actually let me get this up a little bit so you can see it. Right. All right, go over there and follow. And if you're here on the site already and you're kind of watching us, hanging out with us, make sure that you follow Arcade3 Storytelling Tech and Tips. I want to see the follow. Bolivar, thank you for the follow. Heidi, thank you for the follow. Love it. I appreciate it. All right. So yeah, let's let's hang out because we're gonna be doing this. I know Beth and I have some plans to kind of go through some other things. So last week we did Jarvis, we did conversion AI, we did the software, and we showed you how you can spend less time writing even better content, right? And this week we walked through the hardware, some of the tech, the monitors. You got to see your stuff. If you're typing, you got to see it, right? And so Beth showed you her back end, like her on the road back end, and I showed you my at home back end. How about that? All right. So yeah, we'll figure out what's the next thing that we want to share with you. But yeah, if you want any more of these things, do me a favor. Somebody said, how do I change my name from Amazon customer or from, oh, he said amazing customer
Ah,
to
nice.
to Dr. Richard Martin. I don't know the answer to that, Dr. Richard Martin. Um, I think, oh, Amazon. Well, yeah, I think you're an amazing customer too, my friend. So, how do you change your name? I think it is. I don't know the answer. I don't know the
You
answer
got two
offhand.
nerds here and we can't help you. That's pretty
Well,
sad.
yeah. Okay, so Teresa from My Office Professional says you have to log into YouTube. Well, Teresa, he's on Amazon. So, um, yeah, I think you can watch it on YouTube and change your name on YouTube, but I think on Amazon, I don't think Amazon and YouTube are connected. As a matter of fact, I think they're competitors. Amazon and Google don't like each other like that. So I think
But I like Teresa. That's my Teresa too. Hi, Teresa.
yes, it is your Teresa.
Yes.
It is your Teresa. Teresa's following everybody. All right. So yeah, I there's a way to do it on. I think you may need to um, check your Amazon account, Doctor Richard Martin.
Yeah.
I think you may need to check
Yeah,
your
because it
Amazon account.
should, you've got a profile in there, and
Yes.
under the profile, you've got, it'll show you all the things you reviewed. It'll show
Yeah.
you, people you follow.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I didn't say that out loud. Um, People you follow, and then it'll show you all the reviews that were rejected because you happen to know the people you were writing the book for, and they know that you
Yeah.
know them. Whatever. But also give you the name of how you want to be known publicly, and whether you want to have a public profile. I think is a check mark.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe so. So yeah, I think we may need to walk through that process at least. Maybe we'll spend a little bit of time next time, just kind of sharing the Amazon profile and making sure everybody's all set with that, so that we can have less amazing customers and have their names be a part of this. That would be great. That'd be
Well, let
great.
me ask this:
Yeah.
since we've got some people following us right now, what would y'all like to see? So Robert
Yep.
and I are true nerds, like seriously. When I This is why we did this, is because when I first heard him speak and we were on a panel together, I was like, oh my god, I got to go to dinner with this guy. I got Actually, we don't need to eat, we need to just play with our technology. And every time
Right.
we get together, we learn things from each other and share things the other person didn't know. So
I didn't know
what would
about
y'all
Moom,
want
so I
to
learned
know?
about Moom tonight.
And I didn't know about rectangle, so I learned about
Yep.
rectangle tonight. And he was the one who told me about Jarvis and the writing tools, and I'm the one
Hmm.
who told him about this wonderful monitor. So, what do y'all want to know? What kind of things can we help you with? Hi, Teresa. I would like to be. Oh, look at that! Dr. Richard Martin is now
Yeah.
Dr. Richard Martin. Oh, but that's.
Well, he's on YouTube. He went over to YouTube, so I
Oh,
went to
okay.
YouTube tonight as well. So
Ah, perfect.
yeah.
So leave in the comments or reach out to either one of us and let us know, because I'm crowdsourcing my book, right? I'm asking people for exactly what they want me to be able to tell them, and that's
Hmm.
what I'm telling them, and I'm trying to help them with. So if y'all have things, I think, now Robert didn't pick up on this time, but and I haven't gotten the new phone yet, but I think talking about iOS 15 that just came
Ryan will
out.
be here tomorrow.
Oh, dude, now I'm jelly. That is not fair. That is not fair. I haven't even pulled the trigger to order one yet because I got to talk my husband into upgrading to my 12,
Mm-hmm.
and it's tough. He's a tough sell.
Okay. Teresa says social media management tools would be great.
I hear that a lot. I'm about to try out Zoho's social media management tool.
Yeah.
I've heard that one's
I
good. I'm doing the whole Zoho thing. I'm going
yeah.
in.
I'm on Zoho. Zoho One is an amazing suite of tools, and I
Yeah.
use Zoho for my CRM. I was tempted, very tempted, to use like Zoho's invoicing tools, Zoho's
Mhm.
mail system, etc. The only reason I didn't was because I was like, man, what if I don't like something? Then I have to go and decide to switch. Then I don't want to switch everything. So, but Zoho One is like ridiculous. So,
Yeah.
um,
Now I've
so I
heard
saw
Zoho
Zoho
one's
Social.
their scheduling thing is supposed to be great.
Really?
That's what the salesperson told me. I bought the so Robert and I are both members of the National Speakers Association, and they
Mm-hmm.
have this CRM that integrates into other software we have. So
Oh, Speakerflow. Yeah.
um, yeah, Speaker Flow. So I just bought that. We're having our orientation tomorrow, and
Oh, cool.
um, yeah, that's one of the things I'm flying back for.
That's why I'm
So
using Zoho One because of Speakerflow. I was on something else, and then I saw Speakerflow, and they
oh,
were
you
like,
got it.
"Yay, yeah,
You
yeah,
bought it? Yep.
yep,
So
I did,
that's what I did. I bought the big package. They're setting it all up for me because
yeah,
I didn't want to get bogged down in that because you know as well as I do that once we get bogged
yeah,
as a nerd, it's kind of hard to unbog. Like today, I was
yeah,
trying out a tool that you go to YouTube and you put in the word GIF right in front of the word YouTube in the
yeah.
URL. You get a URL. You put www.gifyoutube dot and then the rest of it, and it'll take you to the site that does GIFs. Well, I was trying it out, and the low part of my day was when I was trying out a GIF on a video, and I ended up making a Miley Cyrus GIF of her dancing on the stage with
Uh huh.
various non pieces of clothing. And
Yes.
I said, you know what? Now's the time to stop.
Yeah.
Think I got in a little too deep with
Yeah.
trying out tools.
Thank you, Teresa. So,
Oh, thank you,
so,
Teresa.
so check this out. Check this out. I didn't know this until a few months ago, a couple months ago, right? You do have an account on Giphy.com?
Yeah, yeah.
Check this out.
Nice. You got them all in there.
Yeah. So, I'm adding gifts to my account. So if you're like on even if you're on your phone and you're texting and you click on the Giphy thing, if you type at Robert Kennedy 3, or even if you're on Facebook and you're trying to do a GIF and you type at Robert Kennedy 3, it'll pull up all of the GIFs that I've made so far, and you can kind of choose from them. So we gotta talk about, I don't know, maybe we'll talk about that for one at some point.
Oh man. Well, I have been playing around with it. There's a lot. There's so
Yeah.
much out there. I mean, yeah. My title of this one was 5 YouTube hacks that you could do, and one of them was that one. If you put u dash 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 tube and the rest of it, just put 3 dashes in there, it creates a link or it goes to a site that lets you live stream your any YouTube video with all your friends. Like you can all get
So
on
say
there at the
that
same
again.
time. You do. I'll show you the section actually. Let me go back to my book.
Okay.
Let's see.
Nope, that's
There's the
not it.
book.
It's
I should be
GIF.
sharing still. Um,
Oh, yep. You want to do it? There we go.
yeah, so I'll show you on here. I just wrote this section. Let me find. There we go. Oh, that's National 8-Track Day. All right, 5 YouTube hacks. All right. So, in the five YouTube hacks, grab a GIF from any YouTube video. Create a GIF by adding the word GIF before YouTube in the
Oh.
URL.
So right before the word YouTube or oh, wow. Okay.
I told you, it's amazing. This is my life. It's amazing.
Okay.
So you
Wow.
just put the word GIF right before YouTube, and it'll transform to that site and let you make one from there.
So
And
you get to
in,
choose whichever frame that you can use. Nice.
and then
Nice.
here's one called Video Link. This is great if you're doing any kind of presentations
Mhm.
on. Oh, there are tons of ways to make GIFs. I
Yeah.
love GIFs. But Video Link, you go to video.link and put in your YouTube link, or I think it does Vimeo as well. And
Hmm.
it's a blank page, right? So you don't have all of the ads and you don't have all of the up next and you don't have all the comments. And it's
Right.
perfect for giving a presentation or if teachers do use it for showing YouTube videos to their students, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. And then there's TubeDubber, TubeDubber. And TubeDubber, you can take two videos and mix them together and do your own mashup.
Wow.
And then you take the URL for any YouTube video, and it's and between the U and the tube, you put three dashes, dot dot dash, and then it'll turn into something called Volcano Live, where you can immediately go live watching that video, and you're going to press play from your end, and everybody can see it and watch it together and be online together.
This is amazing. So, hey y'all, you guys are getting like a preview right now. Beth, as we she said earlier on, is holed up at her writing lair in Orlando, and she's putting together all of these tech tools and crazy tech tips that you can use to look amazing, right? You just blow your friends' minds just at a, she's like it's like a book of party favors, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This-
Teresa moderated a couple of the sessions for me, and she was like, "This is."
wow.
I think she had a great time. She was like,
Yeah.
"Look at all these things." It's kind of hard to write these books because you end up playing with things like you end up playing with
Yeah.
things for hours, 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 hours.
Wow.
So
So
three
she's
o'clock in
like,
the
when is the
morning,
book coming
multiple
out?
times. When is the book coming out? Yes, it'll be available, of course, on Amazon because all of mine are, except for
Yeah.
my first one, which was done by a an actual publisher, and so
Hmm.
they accepted it. Right? It's a technology book. They accepted it. I wrote the dang thing in 6 weeks. First book I ever wrote, easiest book I ever wrote. Put it in the mail the day the iPad came out.
Hmm.
Right? That was my first book. Put it in the mail. And then they sat on it for 8 months. Like it just sat in their world because that's how it is. And they said, well, after I did it, they said, well, usually it's 18 months to publication. I'm like, hello, this is technology. Everything in there will be gone in 18 months.
Yep.
And so I never published through a traditional publisher again. Nobody asked, but that's not the point. And
Yeah.
they went out of
No, I
business, but that's not the point.
yeah,
Hi,
I
Freddie.
had
I
that.
see you on there.
Yeah, I had that one as well. My very first book was a technical book, and they published it like right before a new version of the software that I was talking about went live.
Oh,
And so the book may have had a shelf life of 2 or 3 months. And then on top of that, because it was a technical book, the price that they had for it was not cheap either. And so I was kind of like, dude, I mean, the book is outdated at this point, and you're selling it for like $80. I don't know. So
that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Well, mine will be
yeah,
cheap, folks.
yeah,
My books won't be that expensive. I'm going to pull up even a picture of the cover. If you could, let's see, let's see cover. Let's see. Look at all those
Beth is a
covers.
rock star, people, and it's gonna be on Amazon. and it's gonna be on Amazon.
Is. Let me go here.
Speaking
So
of Amazon,
now
let
you're
me do
seeing my
this.
back end.
Yeah, how about that? Let me cover you up. How about that? All right.
All
So let
right,
me see.
here I am. Let me just. Are you ready?
Yep. There you go.
Stay tuned for Tech Sparks.
Nice.
And they're going to be fun and funny, and I'm doing like national holidays, like National 8-Track Day. Well, you can't do a virtual 8-track, but you can do a virtual mixtape. So I have tools in there. So I made myself a mixtape on for research for my book. How many people can say that? And a Miley Cyrus gift.
Yeah. So since Beth is talking about books, um, and I made her jelly before, she just made me jelly. So I decided to put one of my books in the carousel. How about that? How about
Oh,
that?
nice.
Oh, how about that? Yeah.
What? Tell us about one of your books, the one you put in there.
So the one that I put in there is actually right back here. It's called. Let me grab it. Ugh. This one is called "Find Your Voice: 28 Secrets to Inspire You to Speak Up." All
Oh,
right.
it's
So
cute. I like the
yeah,
size of it.
yeah. So yeah, I decided to go with the 5.5 instead of the traditional 6 by 9 this time. So what is here? And maybe one night I'll do a book reading.
Oh,
How
nice. That
about
would be
that?
so
So
fun.
I won't go through the whole book, but pretty much there are 28 quotes or 28 things that I thought about, or statements that I've read or come across regarding the voice, regarding speaking, regarding storytelling. And so I wrote some things based on those things. So for example, Max Lucado, I love this one, and this one is a man, number 7. A man who wants to lead the orchestra must turn his back on the crowd, right? And so I wrote some stuff about that, and then this one is Robert, an RK3 quote: "Stop living like you're scared of being discovered. Instead, speak like the sun needs you in order to shine." How about that? Oh, all
Oh,
right. So,
nice.
yeah. So, let's see. Richard Branson says, "Picture yourself in a living room having a chat with your friends. You'd be relaxed and comfortable talking to them. The same applies when public speaking." Yeah. So,
Mm.
yeah. So that's what's up. That's Find Your Voice: 28 Secrets to Inspire You to Speak Up.
Hmm.
How about that?
Such a cute little book. Uh, yeah.
Look.
This
Oh
was
my.
stupid.
Oh
This is
my.
stupid. I'm trying to write a smaller book. This is 400. This is 569 apps are in here, and it's 400 and some odd pages. Don't do this. These are heavy. I can only sell um, 6 at a meeting because I can't carry them.
Yeah.
You know,
you
yeah.
you got
So
Teresa's cracking up. That's like, I see your little book, and I'll
I
raise
see
you.
you. I raise you 6 pounds of book, and then uh, I wrote a little book. I called it the Little Book of Apps, and I just love it because you can put it in an envelope. Like this one costs, forever
Yeah.
amount of money to do. So
That was.
uh,
I mean, you're in there for what, 4 or 5 days? That was like a 15-dayer, huh?
no, this they usually take me about 6 or 8 months to do.
Wow.
And you see this one's tabbed. I mean, it's literally got 569 apps in it,
Wow.
and they're all vetted and researched. And you can be a member of the Nerd Herd. You see the little Nerd Herd
Yep.
symbol there. It's everybody who pre-orders it through me. See, I made a mistake. There was no Carmen, and I accidentally signed it to Carmen, so this was the one I was going to tear up. Kept trying to find a Carmen to send it to. There were no Carmens. Um,
I know some
but
Carmens. I don't know if they'd like app books, but
See, these are all the people who are in the nerd herd. They get their names in the
Wow.
books. So very excited. Um, yeah, and it usually takes me about 6 or 8 months to write it. I am bound and determined to write this one faster
Hmm.
because it's going to be. I have high hopes. That's all I can say,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I want it to be smaller.
Make it smaller. Make it be like a part one, two, and three. You can write them all at the same time, but then just
Yeah.
publish. There we go.
Well, I know I'm going to leave out. I need to write a video book by
Yep.
itself, and that's coming someday.
Yep. Well, I need to get back. I haven't written anything. This was the last one that I wrote, and this came out in 2020. So the end of 2019 was the last time that I wrote anything. So I need to, yeah, I need to
Yep,
get
this
some of
was a
these ideas
2020
out.
also.
And
But
maybe,
yours will last for 20 years, and mine
maybe,
will last for 20 more days.
maybe, yeah. So maybe I'll get together with Jarvis and we'll write something. We'll see.
Oh, maybe that's the challenge. So, what is our challenge for next week? What are we going to talk
I don't
about?
know. I don't know. You're good at the challenges. What challenge you? What do you think?
Well, so regarding the setups we have here, my challenge for everybody is to really look at your hardware setup. Like I'm going to go home. I have been
Gotcha.
using my Mac with another monitor, and have that square and side off. I like your idea of the control center and the arching one. I
Mm-hmm.
think everybody should go home and evaluate what they really need and upgrade to that so that the comfort level and the productivity level is there without you doing cartwheels to reconfigure how you're doing things or what have you. It makes sense for you. Invest in some of that hardware that
Yeah.
makes sense. So that's my challenge to you too, to think about some of those other things if you need, and for me. So next week we'll check in about how we took a look at our hardware.
I don't know if you want me to look at stuff that I need.
You should not. You have no idea how many boxes of things I bought. Remember those foot puddles?
Yeah.
I
To
bought
control.
those.
Oh boy.
Yep, and I bought a Luna thing. It's the I don't need all
Yeah.
of them. I
Yeah.
don't even know what Luna does, but I have it.
So yeah, I'm actually looking at some of the stuff that I have and thinking about what I can sell.
I
So,
know. I feel
or
the same way.
trade for something. So, all right. So Teresa's writing. Look at your hardware setup and evaluate what you really need, so that the productivity level and comfort level makes sense for you. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Teresa. Y'all go
Well,
check out
I
Teresa at
love.
My Office Professionals. She has a fantastic virtual assistant company. So go check her out,
Yes, I've used her too.
myofficeprofessionals.com. I've used her. Teresa works. She's got, yeah, just go check her out. So um, thank you for supporting us, Teresa. Thank you all that are on Amazon Live on the Storytelling Tech and Tips channel and also on the Your Nerdy Best Friend channel. We have had a fantastic time tonight. Let me see who we've got. Okay, just go ahead. Yep, we got about 16 people over there. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and say goodbye to us. Good night, John Boy. Good night. No, I'm playing. I don't know. We're getting ready to leave.
A
We're getting
lot
ready
of people are not going to understand that anymore. But it comes
I
on
know.
after Matlock on and Heat of the Night on
Yeah.
TV if you're watching it all day in the background while you're writing books. Just so you know, the Waltons still come on.
Yes. Yes. All right. Well, listen, y'all. We're about to get on out of here and go have some fun. So we'll see y'all